Welcome to week 3, session 2. Today we're doing Live in the Solution. I'm glad that we're doing this layout because I've been literally going to this mindset all day long. And I woke up at 4 and I feel like I was in a spiral, and I've been all day long trying to work myself back up. So if you haven't already, make sure to check in on the spiritual baggage check. You can check in with the group, or you can check in with me wherever you feel safe. The space is there for you. But today we're going to focus on the problem, the solutions we have, the outcomes, the optional outcomes, and the choices that you can make. So I'm going to play this little song that's like one of my go-tos for, like, I call it my shower meditation. Shower meditation just means that you took some time and you like worked through some shit in the shower. And usually that means that you danced and you listen to some music and vibe out. For me, I clear my chakras and I visualize like gardening. So I'm going to play a little bit of the song, but I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's by NF. And NF is like very soul searching music. And it's not even my style of music. I don't even like to listen to that kind of music. But he has a song called No Excuses, which is one of my go-tos. I'm just going to search it. Okay, it's called Options by NF. So it's kind of fitting to this layout. So whenever I feel like super stuck, or I feel very like I can't get out of the situation that I'm in, I'll play the song. But just imagine that you are in the shower vibing and you're just like kind of dodging shit. And the rhythm of that song, I just want to point out, is one to help you with momentum into your root chakra. So if you, and it's not even about the lyrics or anything like that. NF is like, I don't know, an angel incarnated into some other form so that we can heal through like his music and stuff, if you believe in that. But I think the intro of that is like the perfect way. If you imagine, I'm going to go to, I think it was this one, Chakra Ascension. If you imagine that first doorway 1, just full of weeds, and then you play this song, and you just kind of like literally kind of moving your body in a figure 8 movement. I swear, if you do that, and it doesn't have to be that song, it just has to be to that kind of momentum, and you are visualizing that you are going in and out of the aura that is around you. I do like, call it, I guess, twerking. I'll do like some energy work with my hands, and which is literally just like clearing the way and like doing a lot of this around me. But when you're dancing to music, it feels intuitive and it feels like you're moving through something. So I'll imagine all of this graphic, the Chakra Ascension, while I'm listening to those types of songs. And usually I just literally put on an NF playlist. And at different times in my life, different songs would be in that spot. So I'm not saying that that's the song, but for me, that's the one that works. So from there, once you've done, I always say don't try to face your problems if you don't have space for yourself. So if you haven't like done a energy clearing, if you haven't gone for a walk, if you haven't had a fresher breath air and you're like suffocating from your kids, that's not the best optimal time to make a decision. That's not the best time. So making sure that you've like you're grounding yourself and you're doing something as simple as, can I hear the birds like chirping? Is my chaos so loud that I can't hear anything going on in the world? And if it's that loud, this is when I use these layouts. So this is an example. It says, for the problem, I have a hard time maintaining the relationships in my life while wanting to focus on me and my career. So from there, that's a main problem a lot of people have. They have their kids, they have their spouse, they have all these responsibilities, but at the same time, they're trying to manifest some dream that they can't even visualize because the doorway to their purpose is so like covered in weeds and shit, and there needs to be a lot of gardening. So one of the solutions for that would be to ask for help, say no to different things, be more intentional with your time. These are all just, examples for this case scenario. And then from each solution, you would have an outcome. So these are all where some people can write paragraphs in these little bubbles and stuff. So it doesn't have to be just one words. And each outcome can have its own solutions and choices too. So that's where your life book comes in, and you give yourself room. So you might need to come back and be like, okay, I need to work on asking for help so that I am less stressed. And then you are just focusing on those 2 boxes. And then you can come back, a week or 2 later, a month later, whatever. Okay, now I'm going to focus on, like, now that I know how to ask for help, I'm going to focus on saying no to things. And then you go through that thing. So this is a weeding and growing and watering of your intentions. And that was the last thing, to be more intentional with your time. If you know how to ask for help and you know how to say no to things, then you can be more intentional with your time. So it's just seeing all of that. And a lot of the times it's so chaotic that we can't see the plan, and we can't see, like, this is roots. Like, see how it kind of looks like a tree rooted down. So that it starts off blank. So all of that is, you have to sit down and put the thing in the box. So this is one of those layouts that I would like stick in a page if you are dealing with a problem. So for me, when I was working through this, it was the relationships in my life. And this one was an example, but I was dealing with my self-worth. Like, I didn't feel worthy. And I was like, where is this coming from? I don't understand where this is coming from. So that was my problem. Self-worth. My solutions were all types of things. Self-care, taking a shower, a lot of these things, saying no to people, clearing my own energy, all those types of things. And when I got down to the root of it, my choice was that I was going to wake up every single day and I was going to choose not to go down the spiral. I was going to choose to ascend and to climb. And it's like, I don't know if people laugh or like my mom kind of jokes about it a little bit, but we have a long staircase here. And every time we've lived here for 2 years, I've never walked up that staircase once, unless I'm like holding my daughter's hand. I run up the stairs, and I don't run up the stairs because it's convenient. I'm fucking grateful that my body can do that. And another thing too is to take one step up all day long. It just does something to your body and your mindset of this mentality of like, oh, I left something upstairs. And I do not subscribe. I do not consent to that. Those are 2 words I've been using a lot with myself. I don't consent and I don't subscribe to that shit. I don't want that to stick to me. So one of the things I know, and there's going to be a day where I'm not going to be able to run up the stairs. And I'm not saying I'm like, it's this, I'm just like a quick jog. Yep. And then 5 seconds later, I'm up the stairs. And for me, I don't work out. So like, that's one way, I work movement into my day is by doing that. But that's a conscious choice I make for my worthiness, is because I know at the end of the day, my kids only have me. When everyone falls away, they have me, and I want to be strong enough to hold my daughter. I want to be, I just want to be woke enough to be there for them. So I feel like that's something that was my self-worth and my whole thing that I had worked through. And this is constantly changing for me. When we stop recording, I'll break into group and we'll talk about, the new things that I'm placing into those. But it's a constant evolution of yourself and a constant weeding and gardening of the problems in your life, the solutions that you have, and then the possible outcomes, because we can't sit there and think about all the things that might go wrong. We have to manifest all the things that could possibly go right. And that was the thing too, is that don't put in the bubbles, the outcome bubbles, all the things that are going to go wrong, because you're going to manifest shit for your garden. Like, you're going to literally manifest no rain. You're going to manifest a drought. It's just you don't even give space for that, for the negative. So you just put in the outcomes, could even be dreams. Like, I don't know, this is a total like left field thing, but like, I don't know, like you can have more energy and I would have a tighter body and this and that. Like, like imagining all these things that have nothing to do with my root problem. But the fact is that you're not putting in something negative into that slot. You want to make sure that you are manifesting something that is going to hold space for you in a positive way. And we talked the last session about the balloons and letting go, bless you, letting go of things. And these can be some of the things that help you snip the balloons away, is, figuring out like, is this going to fit into an outcome, or is this going to make it rotten? Is this going to like destroy something that I have going for me? Because then like when you need to let things go. But yeah, I want to encourage you guys just to work through them, and then everything that you write in these solution boxes, make sure that you hold space for it and that you follow up, and just work through them until you have the outcomes. And then at the end, you're going to want to put your choice. And this one is blank for a reason, because it's not one thing you're going to do. It's every day you wake up and you run through this, the list that you got in your head of all the things that make you, your choice have integrity. And then that's what you go with. And there are the days where, you feel shitty and you take a back seat and you don't show up, but then, you come in full force running up the stairs. Like, that's how I envision it. So, hold the space for yourself, but then be ready to fucking come back in. So I want to thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys in the next session.